Hello friends, in last lecture we saw that how to solve linear equations which can be reduced in the form of a pair of linear equation in two variables. Now in this lecture we will see word problem to related to that. So here is the very first question, that is question number 21, its first part. So this question I am taking from exercise 1, question number 21, its first part. Now question number 21 says, formulate the following problems as a pair of equations and hence find their solution. So in this first question is, Ritu can row downstream. Ritu can row downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours. 20 kilometer in 2 hours. And upstream 4 kilometer in 2 hours. And upstream 4 kilometer in 2 hours. Okay. Find her speed of rowing. Find her speed of rowing in still water. And the speed of the current. And the speed of the current. Okay, so we already solved this type of a question. Okay, over there I explained you what upstream is, what downstream is, and I also explained that sometimes they ask speed of current or speed of river or speed of flow or speed of stream. All are the same thing. So again there are two conditions given. When Ritu is rowing downstream, she covers 20 kilometers in 2 hours, and when she is rowing upstream, she covers 4 kilometers in 2 hours. So again, once again I will explain. Downstream means when the boat, or in this case a person, are in the same direction. That means when the flow of the river or the current is for a while in this direction, as well as the person is also rowing in same direction, or if the boat is rowing in the same direction. So when both current and the person or the boat are in the same direction, we will say it is downstream. Okay, otherwise upstream. So here we'll start by assuming, suppose, okay, solution, suppose speed of the boat in still water is x kilometer per hour, and speed of that of current or stream or water or river or flow is y kilometer per hour. Okay, we assume that speed of boat in still water is x and speed of that of current is y kmph. Now, or therefore I can say speed of Ritu, okay, speed of boat, not here, it's speed of Ritu, okay, speed of Ritu during, therefore speed of Ritu during downstream is x plus y kmph, okay, kmph, and speed of Ritu during upstream is x minus y kmph. Okay, so these are the speeds of Ritu during downstream, during upstream. Now it is also given in the question that how much time it takes and how much distance he is covering during those two cases. And we know speed is equal to distance upon time. So and time is equal to distance upon speed. Distance in first case it is 20, okay, and speed in first case, that is during downstream, is x plus y, and time during is 2 hours. So in this way we will get our first equation. So in that way you have to find the equations and then you have to solve them by your own. So try to obtain the equations and then I will give you its remaining solution. Okay, so let me give you its detailed solution. Okay, so speed are this. Now Ritu rose downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours. Therefore I can write C during downstream x plus y. Speed is equal to distance, that is 20 upon time, that is 2. Okay, so this gives you x plus y is equal to speed is equal to distance upon time. So this is the equation number 1. Now again I can write one more equation. Now Ritu rose upstream how many kilometers? 4 kilometers upstream, 4 kilometers in again 2 hours. Okay, so therefore x minus y, speed during upstream is this. Okay, speed is equal to distance upon time. Speed is equal to distance, how much? 4, time is 2. Therefore x minus y is equal to 2. Let it be equation number 2. Now x plus to 10 and x minus y equal to 2. Just by solving these two equations we will get our answer. And you can also see that here it is negative y, here it is positive y, so it is easy to apply the elimination method, and for that simply I have to add these two equations. So I am adding this equation. Okay, now adding equation 1 and 2. Okay, and equation 1 and 2. So x plus y is equal to 10, x minus y is equal to 2. So when I add these two, I will get 2x equal to 12, x equal to 6. That means speed of Ritu in still water is 6 km per hour. Now put x is equal to 6 in equation 1. So what we will get when I put this over here, 6 plus y is equal to 10. Okay, 6 plus y is equal to 10, therefore y is equal to 4. So here I can give my concluding statement, that means speed of Ritu in still water is 6 kilometer per hour and speed of current is 4 kilometer per hour. Okay, so thus speed of Ritu in still water is 6 kmph and speed of that of current is 4 kmph. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So please note it down and then we will see the next question. Okay, so this is the next question that we have to solve. 2 women and 5 men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, while 3 women and 6 men can finish it in 3 days. Find the time taken by one woman and one woman alone to finish the work, and also that taken by one man alone. So it is given that 2 women and 5 men together finish a work in 4 days, and there is one more connection is given that 3 women and 6 men can finish it in 3 days. So what we have to find? Time taken by one woman and one man alone to finish that task or that work. So let us see how to solve this. Okay, so as we have to find time taken by one woman alone and one man alone, so we will start assuming them as, see here it is given days, so we will also assume the work done by them alone in days. So suppose one woman can finish one woman alone can finish, one woman alone can finish the work, finish the work in X days, in X days, and one man alone can finish the same work, can finish the same work, in Y days. Okay, so we assume that one man can finish that work in X days and one woman can finish that work in Y days. So now, okay, if I write the same thing in another way, let us see. See, in that is one work in X days, isn't it? One work can be finished in X days. So, okay, one work in X days. So, or in other words, in X days, one work. Then in how many days? So that will be the work done in one day. Okay. Try to get this. See, in X days, the one woman can finish one work. You have to identify in one day how much work will be completed by that one woman. So think for a while, then I will give you its detailed solution. Okay, it is actually a task of unitary method. In X days, one work, so in one day, 1 upon X work, isn't it? Now here we are talking about women. That means in X days, one woman can finish one work. So in one day, one woman can finish 1 upon X work. So in one day, two women will be able to finish this much amount of work. This is the work done by two women in one day. Similarly, we can find for men, and then we'll get a relation. So now I will give you its detailed solution, and that will help you to understand it in a better way. So now in X days, one woman can finish one work. Okay, same thing I wrote in a different way. One woman alone can finish the work in X days. That means in X days, one woman can finish one work. Therefore in one day, okay, therefore one day, one woman can finish upon X work, isn't it? Therefore, in one day, two women can finish, but obvious work done will be twice that 2 upon X work, isn't it? In one day, two women can finish this much work. Now, in Y days, one man can finish one work. Again, I am writing this line in another way. Here I assume that one man alone can finish the same work in Y days. That means in Y days, one work will be completed by one man. So in Y days, one man can finish one work. Okay. Therefore, in one day, one man can finish 1 upon y work. Therefore, in one day, how many men? See, initially 2 women and 5 men are engaged to finish a work. So, in one day, 5 men can finish how much work? 5 upon y work. See, now in one day, 2 women can do this much work. In one day, 5 men can this much work. So now I can write, now one day work of 2 women and 5 men. Okay, if I combine the one day work of 2 women and 5 men, then it should be equal to their sum, that means 2 upon x plus 5 upon y. This is the one day work of 2 women and 5 men, isn't it? Therefore, 5 days work. Now why I am taking 5? Because 4 days work. Why so? Because in 4 days 2 women and 5 men together finish the complete work. So first let us find that according to us in 5 days how much work they are able to do. So in 5 days or 5 days work of 2 women and 5 is equal to 5 multiplied by 2 upon x plus 5 upon y, isn't it? So here what we obtain, in 4 days 2 men and 5 men can do this much work according to our assumptions. Okay, in 4 days if 2 women and 5 men will work together, they will be able to finish this much work. But according to question, in 4 days 2 women and 5 men can together finish one work, an embroidery work, that means one work. That means this quantity must be equal to 1, because this is the quantity which gives us the work done by 2 women and 5 men in 4 days. Okay, this is according to us, and according to question, work done by 2 women and 5 men in 4 days is equal to 1 work. This much work must be equal to 1 work. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you its further solution. Okay, so after this let me solve it. Okay, over here just one thing I am writing. I assumed for women it is x and for men this is y. Okay, so here I will solve it further. Okay, so again I am explaining you before I move further. We assume that one woman takes X days to finish one embroidery work or one work. So it means in X days, if one woman is able to finish one work, then in one day, one woman can finish 1 upon X work, or we can say it's 1 day work of one woman. So if one woman can do 1 upon X work, then in the same amount of time, that is within the one day, if two women will work, they will be able to finish this much work. In the similar way, we got for 5 men that they will finish 5 upon Y work in one day. Then we took that 1 day work of 5 men and 2 women. That means combined work of 2 women and 5 men. That is their addition. So this is the 1 day work. So how much work they will be able to finish in 4 days? But obvious multiplied by 4, not 5. Here it should be 4. Okay, in 4 days. So 1 day work is this much. So this is the 4 day work of 5 men and 2 women. Now, or here I can write, but according to question, 2 women and 5 men, or 4 day task of 2 women and 5 men is 1. But according to question, 2 women and 5 men can together finish, can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days. Okay, one work in 4 days. Therefore, I can write. Therefore, 4 multiplied by 2 upon X plus 3 upon Y is equal to 1. Therefore, 2 upon X plus 3 upon Y is equal to 1 upon 4. So this is my first equation. Okay, now by the same manner I will be able to get my another equation. So here 2 upon X plus 5 upon Y is equal to 1 upon 4. So using the same pattern I will write my next equation without giving the detail. Okay. Similarly, I can write, see here I wrote 2 upon X. That means there were 2 women, so 2 upon X. There were 3, it will be 5, not 3. Okay, it will be 5. 5 upon Y is equal to 1 upon 4. Similarly, here I can write 3 upon X. Okay, 3 upon X, because 3 women are there, and 6 upon Y is equal to 1 upon 3. This is equation number 2. Now I have to go with that method. That means now I rewrite the equations by taking 1 upon X equal to A and 1 upon Y equal to B, and then by solving it I will be able to get X and Y. So now rewriting equation first and equation 2 by taking 1 upon X is equal to A and 1 upon Y is equal to B, we get. So here I'll get 2A plus 5B is equal to 1 upon 4. Let it be equation number 3, and 3A plus 6B is equal to 1 upon 3. Let it be equation number 4. Now we'll solve these two equations again using any one of the algebraic method, that is either cross multiplication method or substitution method or elimination method. So if I want to use elimination method, I need to make the coefficients same. For that, if I want to eliminate a, so I need to multiply by 3 over here and over here by 4. So definitely we have to do that. Or if you want to use substitution method, then we have to start from either equation 3 or equation 4. So here I'm going with substitution method. So now from equation 3, okay, 2a plus 5b is equal to 1 upon 4. Therefore 2a is equal to 1 upon 4 minus 5. Therefore 2a 5b upon 4 equal to 1 minus 20b upon 8. Okay, 1 minus 5b, so 1 minus 20b upon 8. This is the value of a. Now we will put this value of a in equation number 4. Okay, let it be equation number 5. Put equal to 1 minus 20b on 8 in equation 4th. Okay, so try to do this and then I will give you the detailed solution. Okay, let us see how to solve it further. Okay, so I have to put this in equation number 4, that is 3. Now instead of a, I do write 1 minus 20b upon 8. Okay, 3 into 1 minus 20b upon 8 plus 6b is equal to 1 upon 3. So this gives me 3 minus 60b upon 8 plus 6b is equal to 1 upon 3. So further here I can write 3 minus 60b plus 48b upon 8 is equal to 1 upon 3. So this gives you 3 minus 12b, 3 minus 12b upon 8 is equal to 1 upon 3. So this gives me 9 minus 36b is equal to 8. Okay, so ultimately here I will get 36, 9 minus 8 is equal to 36b. Okay, which gives me b is equal to 1 upon 36. Okay, so note it down up to this point and then I will continue this in separate portion. So note it down up to this point. Okay, so now we'll see further over here. Okay, so therefore is equal to 36b, therefore b is equal to 1 upon 36. Now what b was? B was actually 1 upon y, isn't it? B was equal to 1 upon y, that is equal to 1 upon 36, therefore y equal to 36. That means we can say a number of days taken by a woman alone to finish that work is 36 days. Now put b is equal to 1 upon 36 in equation number 5. In equation 5. So here I get a is equal to 1 minus 20, at the place of b I will put 1 upon 36 and whole divided by 8. Okay, 1 minus 20b, at the place of b I kept 1 upon 36. So by solving this, definitely I will get the value of a and then x. Okay, so let us solve it further. Therefore a is equal to 1 minus, now I can cancel this, 4 5s are 4 9s are, that means 1 minus 5 upon 9 whole divided by 8. Okay, so here I will get, if I take LCM, so 9 minus 5 upon 9 whole divided by 8, a is equal to. Okay, so here I will get 9 minus 5 is 4 upon 8 into 9, a is equal to, therefore a is equal to 4 2s are 8, that is 1 upon 18. Now a was 1 upon x, that is 1 upon 18, therefore x is equal to 18. So here I can conclude that number of days taken by a man alone to finish the work is 18 and that of women is 36. Thus number of days, or thus we can say, thus a man alone can finish the work in 18 days. Okay, in 18 days. Okay, sorry, for women it is 18 days, for men it is 36 days. Okay, for women it was x is 18, so man can finish that work in x, that is 18 days. Okay, a man alone can finish that work in 18 days and the women can finish that work in, women for x is 18. Okay, here it was right. Okay, a man can finish that work in 36 days and a woman can finish the same work in 18 days. Okay, x stands for women, so 18 days. So that is the complete solution. Please note it down. Okay, so now this is the next question that we have to solve. Ruhi travels 300 kilometer to her home partly by train and partly by bus. Okay, she takes 4 hours if she travels 60 kilometer by train and the remaining by bus. That means out of 300 kilometers she travels 60 kilometer by train. Okay, this 60 kilometer by train. So and remaining that will be 240, isn't it? Total she has to travel 300 kilometer. Out of those 300 kilometer she travels 60 by train and remaining by bus. That means 60 by train and 240 kilometers by bus. Then it takes 4 hours. Now if she travels 100 kilometer by train and the remaining by bus, that means 100 by train and remaining will be 200, because total she has to travel 300 kilometers. So 100 by train and remaining 200 by bus. Then it takes 10 minutes longer. That means instead of 4 hours, this time it takes 4 hours 10 minutes. Okay, so what we have to find the speed of the train and the bus separately. So let us start this by assuming the speeds of train and the bus. Suppose the speed of the train is x kilometer per hour and that of bus is y kilometer per hour. Okay, speed of train is x kilometer per hour and that of bus is y kilometer per hour. Okay, now we have a relation that is speed is equal to distance upon time. So here total time is given. So here I can say time is equal to distance upon speed. Okay, now there are two different times. Time taken by when she travels by bus and time taken when she travels by train. So if I say T1 is the time taken by Ruhi when she travels by train, so that should be the distance traveled by train, and that is 60 kilometers. Okay, and speed of train is x. So this much is the time taken by Ruhi when she travels 60 kilometers by train. Okay, and this much is the time taken by Ruhi when she travels remaining, that is 240 kilometers by bus. So in total this time plus this time, sum of these two times is equal to 4 hours. Okay, so this we can say is the first relation between the given variables or the assumed variable. Here I can write 60 upon x plus 240 upon y is equal to 4 hours. Okay, now in the similar way we will find our second equation. So let us see how to write this in a proper way. So okay, she travels 60 kilometers by train. So now suppose time taken by train to cover 60 kilometers is T1 and time taken by bus to cover 240 kilometers is T2. Therefore, T1 plus T2 is equal to 4. Now, T1 is time. Time is distance upon speed. Distance traveled by train is 60. So 60 upon speed of train, that is x. 240 upon y, that is equal to 4. So this is our first equation, I can say. Okay, let me say this is equation number 1. Now suppose time taken by train to cover, now in second case she is covering that 300 kilometers, in those 300 kilometers 100 kilometers by train. So now suppose time taken by train to cover 100 kilometer is T3 and time taken by bus to cover remaining 200 kilometers is T4. Therefore T3 plus T4 is equal to, now this time it takes 10 minutes longer, that means 4 hours plus 10 minutes. Okay, 4 hours plus 10 minutes. Okay, now as we assumed speed in kilometer per hour, over here time is in hours, so ultimately we have to convert this 10 minutes into hours. So here I can say, therefore, now instead of T3 I do write 100 upon x plus 200 upon y is equal to 4 plus 10 upon 60. Okay, 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So 10 minutes is equal to 10 upon 60 hours. We have to convert that minutes into hours because we assumed speed in kilometer per hour. So here I can write, therefore 100 upon x plus 200 upon y is equal to 250 upon 60. Okay, so further I can write 100 upon x plus 200 upon y is equal to 25 upon 6. Now still it is possible to divide throughout this equation by 25. Here I just cancel this 0 and 0. Therefore if I divide it by 25, so 4 upon x, okay, 4 upon x, here again there was a possibility to simplify this as well. Okay, I will do later on. 4 upon x plus 8 upon y is equal to 1 upon 6. This is my equation number 2. 4 upon x plus 8 upon y is equal to 1 by 6. This can also be divided by 4. So when I divide it by 4, okay, or divided by 2, see, if I divide it by 4, here I will get 15, here I will get 60, and here I will get 1. Okay, so I am not simplifying it further, let it be like that only. Okay, now what I have to do next? Now I have to assume 1 upon x equal to a and 1 upon y equal to b, and then I have to solve it further. So now rewriting equation first and second, equation first and equation second by taking 1 upon x equal to a, 1 upon x is equal to a, and 1 upon y is equal to b, we get. Okay, what we get, just I am writing those equations, we'll get 60a plus 240b is equal to 4. Let it be equation number 3, and 4a plus 8b is equal to 1 upon 6. 1 upon 6. Let it be equation number 4. Okay, I hope up to this point it is clear to you. Now next what we have to do, either substitution or elimination or cross multiplication. We have to apply one of these three methods to get the value of a and b. So first of all, note it down up to this point as well as think that which method you are going to apply, and then I will give you the solution. Okay, also think if I want to apply the elimination method, then what I have to do. So I am giving you some time, note it down. Okay, so now I will solve it further. Now one thing that I think I should discuss with you. See, here it was easy to divide by 2 as well as by 4, but still I kept it like that only. Okay, 60 to 44. But over here I divided. Why so? See, when I saw 4 over here, then a thing that came in my mind that if I multiply 4 by 15, I'll get 60. Okay, so here if I multiply 4 by 15, I will get 60, and then definitely I can use elimination method easily. Okay, in general, in elimination method, we have to multiply both the equation by some quantity. So beneath of doing that, here I have to multiply only one equation by 60, so that definitely reduce my time as well as it will reduce my writing work. So let us see how to eliminate these two. So now on multiplying equation 4 by 12, we get what we get if I multiply this equation by, not by 12, actually it should be 15. So I will get 60a. I am multiplying this equation by 15. 120b. is equal to 15 upon 6. So further I can write, therefore 60A plus 120B plus 120B is equal to, I can divide this by 3, 5 by 2. Let it be equation number 5th. Okay, now by subtracting 5th from 3rd, I'll be able to cancel A, and this gives me the first value, that is B. So let us see how to solve it further. I'm keeping that last part as it is. Okay, and again the very only thing that I will write, for train I assumed X and for bus I assumed Y speed. So I am writing over here. Now I will solve it further. Okay, now subtracting equation 5 from equation 3, we get. Okay, so from equation 3, so 60A plus 240B is equal to 4. Over here 60A plus 120B is equal to 5 by 2. So when I subtract, let us see what we will get here. This will cancel out. Here I will get 120B, and this, see, 4 minus 5 by 2, that means 4 minus 2.5, that means 3 by 2. Okay, or you can check over here in this way, 8 minus 5 by 2, that is 3 by 2. Okay, so this gives me value of B. Therefore B is equal to 3 upon 2 into 120. Therefore B is equal to 1 upon, here it will be 40, so 1 upon 80. Now what was B? Okay, B was actually 1 upon Y. Okay, that is 1 upon 80. Therefore Y is equal to 80. Okay, that means speed of bus is 80 km per hour. Now I will put B is equal to 1 upon 80 in equation number 4th or in equation number 5. So now put B is equal to 1 upon 80 in equation number 4th or in equation number 3, whatever. In equation number 4, I am putting it in equation number 4. So in equation 4, so that is 4A plus 8. At the place of B, I will put 1 upon 80 is equal to 1 upon 6. Therefore 4A plus 1 upon 10 is equal to 1 upon 6. Therefore 4A is equal to 1 upon 6 minus 1 upon 10. Therefore 4A is equal to, here if I take LCM, it will be 30. Okay. (4A) is equal to 2 upon 30. 4A is equal to 1 upon 15. A is equal to 1 upon 60. Now what was A? It was 1 upon X is equal to 1 upon 60. Therefore X equal to 60. That means I can give my concluding statement. Thus the speed of train is 60 km per hour and speed of that of bus is equal to 80 kilometer per hour. Okay, so I hope you noted down up to this. So here I am giving the concluding statement. Okay, thus the speed of train is 60 kilometer per hour and the speed of that of bus is 80 kilometer per hour. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So please note it down. Okay, so now it's homework time. Okay, question number 21, its first part, second part and third part. Okay, this is your homework for today's lecture. Please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture as well as this chapter. I will meet in next lecture with new chapter. Till then, bye. Thank you.